Imagine a ship adrift in the open Atlantic. No distress call, no one at the wheel. A rescue party climbs aboard, and the silence is chilling. What they find makes no sense. The ship is perfectly seaworthy. The cargo, worth a fortune, is untouched. In the cabin, a meal sits on the table, still warm. A child's toy lies on a bunk. But the ship's only lifeboat is gone, along with the navigation tools. And every single person, 10 souls, including a captain, his wife, and their young daughter, have vanished. They didn't just leave, they fled. But from what? What horror on a perfectly safe ship could force an entire crew to abandon it in the middle of the ocean? This was not a rogue vessel. This was the Mary Celeste. Her captain, Benjamin Briggs, was a master mariner. He wasn't reckless. He was sailing with his wife, Sarah, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia. These aren't people who panic. They don't abandon a sound ship for no reason. The ship's logbook offers no clues. Its last entry, 10 days prior, reports all is well. So the puzzle deepens. The crew was competent. The captain was cautious. The ship was safe. Yet they took the lifeboat, a tiny, fragile craft, and launched themselves into the vast, unforgiving Atlantic. Why? What did they see? What did they fear? The world demanded answers. The most obvious, violence. Was it pirates? Did they board the ship, slaughter the crew, and flee? The evidence says no. The valuable cargo was untouched. There were no signs of a struggle, no blood, no damage. What about mutiny? A crew turning on its captain? Again, no evidence. Captain Briggs was respected. And why would a mutinous crew abandon the very ship they just stole? It makes no sense. The easy answers were the first to die. The truth had to be stranger. If it wasn't pirates, and it wasn't mutiny, what if the killer was invisible? This is the most terrifying theory. The Mary Celeste was carrying 1,700 barrels of crude industrial alcohol, a dangerous, volatile cargo. Imagine this. A few barrels leak. Toxic, flammable fumes build up in the hold. The pressure is immense. The crew fears an imminent, massive explosion, a blast that would vaporize the ship. There's no time. Captain Briggs makes a desperate call. Everyone into the lifeboat. They tie a line to the Mary Celeste, planning to wait at a safe distance for the fumes to clear. And then the line snaps. A sudden squall, a rogue wave. The Mary Celeste drifts away, silent and unharmed. But the lifeboat, with everyone on board, is lost to the storm. A tragedy of caution, not violence. Today, the Mary Celeste remains the ultimate ghost ship, a floating coffin that kept its secrets. The alcohol fume theory is the most plausible, but it is not proof. We will never know for certain what happened in those final frantic moments. The ship itself was salvaged, but seemed cursed, eventually being wrecked on purpose for insurance. But its real legacy is the questions it left behind. It's a chilling reminder that in the vast, empty ocean, you can be perfectly safe one moment and erase the next. Not by a monster, but by a simple, fatal miscalculation. The sea, as always, holds the final word.